Hello, in this episode we will study the form, the meaning and the use of basic prepositions or postpositions of place and tell where people and things are. So let's start from the vocabulary first. İçinde, içinde, üstünde, üstünde, altında, altında, yanında, yanında, karşısında, karşısında, önünde, önünde, arkasında, arkasında. That's all. I'm just gonna put them all on one page. And do you remember the words? So I will give you some time. You can pause here. And I'm going to give you the answers in a second. Are you ready? İçinde, içinde, üstünde, üstünde, altında, altında, yanında, yanında, karşısında, karşısında, önünde, önünde, arkasında, arkasında. Okay, let's take a look at the meaning. So, içinde comes from the base word iç, which means inside, in. Üstünde comes from üst, which means on, top. Altında, the base word for it is alt, which means under, beneath, bottom. And yanında, the base word for it is yan, which means side, by, next. And karşısında comes from the word karşı, which means opposite, across. Önünde comes from ön, which means front or before. And arkasında comes from the word arka, which means back, behind, after or next. So what happens to these base words? Let's take a look at it. Let's analyze it. First of all, we add e noun case to these base words. Remember, e can be u, or ü, depends on the last vowel of the word. And we follow E-type four-way vowel harmony rule for this noun case, if you remember. So it becomes içi, üst üstü, alt altı, yan yanı, karşı karşısı with a buffer sound S, ön önü, arka arkası again with a buffer sound S. And on top of these we put de da noun case, but in this form, for this form is nında, ında. Again we follow A-type two-way vowel harmony for this ending, for this noun case, if you remember. So içi becomes içinde, üstünde, altında, yanında, karşısında, önünde, arkasında. So we're not done yet. Let's take a look at this picture. So there's a cat inside of the box. So we have box, kutu. And we need the postposition, preposition of place, iç, which means inside, in. So far we studied what happens to iç, right? So we put e noun case. and de da noun case. So iç, içi, and then içinde. But what happens to kutu? Because iç belongs to kutu. This is how we think in Turkish. So what we have to say is inside of something, right? So we have kutu, and kutu takes in noun case, which is a possessive noun case. And we follow the vowel harmony rules here. So in becomes un, and it ends with a vowel, so we have to put ne buffer sound. So it becomes kutunun. So now we complete kutunun içinde, which means at the inside of the box. So let's take a look at the example. So we have another picture. So where is the cat? Cat is on top of the box, right? So we say it kutunun üstünde. So kutu takes in noun case. We follow the vowel harmony rules, so it becomes kutunun. And üst takes in noun case. Again, we follow the vowel harmony rule, so it becomes ü. And then we add de down noun case. Again, we follow the vowel harmony rule, so it becomes üstünde. So what we're saying here, kutunun üstünde, is on the top of the box. Let's take a look at another example. So where is the cat? The cat is under the table. So we say it like this, masanın altında. So masa takes in noun case. And we follow the vowel harmony rules, so it becomes un. And we need a buffer sound. And for this ending, the buffer sound is ne, so it becomes masanın. And alt takes in noun case, and then de da noun case, so it becomes altında. So what we're saying is at the beneath, at the under the table. So where is the cat? It's next to the box, right? So it's kutunun yanında. So kutu takes in noun case again, so it becomes kutunun. Yan takes in noun case first, and then de da noun case. Remember, we follow the vowel harmony rule, so yanında. So we say at the next to the box. So where is the yellow cat? It's across from the gray cat, yeah, opposite to gray cat. So gri kedinin karşısında. So gri kedi, gray cat, yeah. First it takes in noun case, so we follow the vowel harmony rule, so it becomes gri kedinin. And karşı takes in noun case first and de da noun case. So it becomes karşısı with a buffer sound. Inda. So what we're saying, at the opposite of or at the across from the gray cat. So let's take a look at another example. So where is the cat? The cat is in front of the box. So kutunun önünde. So kutu takes in noun case. Again, it becomes kutunun. And ön takes in noun case and then de da noun case. So it becomes önünde. So we're saying at the front of the box. And let's take a look at another example, the final one. So where is the cat? The cat is behind the box. So kutu takes in noun case again, becomes kutunun. Arka takes in noun case and de da noun case. So arkası, bir de bakırsan se, and then ında, arkasında. So what we're saying is at the behind of the box. So let's summarize everything we have studied so far. So we have prepositions or postpositions, like we call it in Turkish. They all have base form, and those base forms takes first i noun case and then de noun case. And they become içinde, üstünde, altında, yanında, karşısında, önünde, arkasında. Please remember, we follow vowel harmony rule each time we add a suffix. And we need to add buffer sounds if the noun or if the word ends with a vowel. So the buffer sound for i noun case for this context is se. And also ne is attached to de noun case in this context. Also, all these postpositions or prepositions of place belong to something else, right? So this is how we're thinking in Turkish. So that whatever that is has to take in noun case, And the buffer sound for in noun case, remember, is ne. So in becomes nin, for example. Again, we follow the vowel harmony rule when we're adding in noun case. And we studied these three nouns, didn't we, in the previous exercises. So, for example, kutu has become kutunun, gri kedi has become gri kedinin, and masa has become masanın. So let's practice this a bit. So we have this exercise. So I put all the formula here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add e noun case and then de noun case to the base form of pre or post positions of place. And now we're gonna add in noun case to the noun that pre or post positions belong to. Remember, we have to add buffer sound if the word ends with a vowel. I also put the vowel harmony rules. So if this suffix has e inside, we follow E-type 4-way vowel harmony rule, like the first one. And if the suffix has e in it, then we follow the A-type 2-way vowel harmony rule. So you have all the formula here. What you're gonna do is to put the right noun case following all these buffer sound rules and vowel harmony rules. So you can pause here if you want to. I'm going to give you the answers in a second. So if you're ready, I am going to start. So the very first example has ev and ön. So ev is the noun, which means home, house. Ön means front. So what we're gonna say at the front of the house. So ev has to take in noun case, and ön has to take e noun case and then de noun case. We're following the vowel harmony rules, right? So the answer will be evin önünde. Okay, the second example. Bahçe, arka. So bahçe is garden, arka is back. So what we're gonna say is at the back of the garden. So bahçe is gonna take in noun case, but it ends with a vowel, so we need a buffer sound there. And arka is gonna take e noun case and then de noun case. And we're gonna follow the vowel harmony rules. And arka ends with a vowel, so it's gonna take a buffer sound, se. Okay, so the answer will be bahçenin arkasında. And the next one, banka, yan. So banka is bank, yan is next side, remember. So what we're gonna say is next, at the next to the bank. So banka is gonna take in noun case and yang is gonna take e noun case and then de noun case. We're gonna follow the vowel harmony rule. And banka ends with a vowel, so we have to take a buffer sound there. It's ne. So the answer will be bankanın yanında. Next one, sinema, karşı. Sinema means cinema, theater. Karşı is opposite to, across from. So what we're saying is at the opposite of the cinema. So sinema takes in noun case, karşı takes e and de noun cases. So sinemanın karşısında. Okay, next one, okul, iç. So iç is inside, in. Okul is school. So we're gonna say at the inside of the school. So okulun içinde. Next one, kuaför, alt. So alt is below, under. Kuaför is hairdresser. So we're gonna say at the below, at the under of the hairdressers. Kuaförün altında. Last exercise, köy, üst. Üst is top, on. Köy is village. So we're gonna say on top of the village or above the village. So köyün üstünde. So let's take a look at the use one more time. So what we're gonna study here is kedi nerede? So where is the cat? Or kutunun içinde ne var? What's inside or in the box? So this is what we're studying now. How can we answer these two questions? Let's take a look at it. So I'm asking, where is the cat? So kedi nerede? And the answer will be kedi kutunun içinde. Another question. What's inside the box? Kutunun içinde ne var? And the answer will be kutunun içinde bir kedi var. Okay, let's take a look at this picture. So I'm asking again, kedi nerede? Where is the cat? Kedi kutunun üstünde. I'm asking again, kutunun üstünde ne var? And the answer will be kutunun üstünde bir kedi var. Okay, let's take a look at another one. So I'm asking, kedi nerede? This time you answer. I'm giving the answer. Kedi masanın altında. And I'm asking again. Masanın altında ne var? So you answer. Okay, I'm giving the answer. Masanın altında bir kedi var. Okay, so we have this picture. I'm asking. Kedi nerede? Okay, I'm giving the answer. Kedi kutunun yanında. Second question. Kutunun yanında ne var? I'm giving the answer. Kutunun yanında bir kedi var. Okay, so this one is a bit more difficult. So we have yellow cat, which is sarı kedi, and we have gray cat, gri kedi. So listen to my question. Sarı kedi nerede? And the answer will be sarı kedi gri kedinin karşısında. Okay, second question. Sarı kedinin karşısında ne var? I'm giving the answer. Sarı kedinin karşısında gri bir kedi var. Okay. One more picture. Kedi nerede? Okay, kedi kutunun önünde. Okay, second question. Kutunun önünde ne var? Kutunun önünde bir kedi var. Okay, and the final picture. Kedi nerede? Kedi kutunun arkasında. Okay, kutunun arkasında ne var? Kutunun arkasında bir kedi var. Okay, let's practice even further. So I have this picture. Look at the picture very carefully, and I have 4 questions that you're going to answer. You can pause here if you want to, and I'm going to give the answers in a second. Good luck. Okay, are you ready? I'm giving the answers. Kedi nerede? And the answer would be kedi sehpanın altında. Koltuk nerede? So, koltuk sehpanın yanında. Kahve nerede? Kahve sehpanın üstünde. Çiçek nerede? Çiçek koltuğun arkasında. Okay. I have the same picture, but this time I have different questions. So again, you can pause here if you want to. You can try yourself. And then I will give the answers in a second. Are you ready? Sehpanın altında ne var? Sehpanın altında bir kedi var. Okay. Koltuğun arkasında ne var? Koltuğun arkasında bir çiçek var. Koltuğun yanında ne var? Koltuğun yanında bir sehpa var. Sehpanın üstünde ne var? Sehpanın üstünde bir kahve var. Okay, I have another picture. Okay, we have a post office, postane, and bank, banka. So the questions are, postane nerede, banka nerede? So you answer again first. And then I will give the answers in a second. Are you ready? Postane bankanın yanında. Or, banka nerede? Banka postanenin yanında. Okay, another picture. So Pelin'in evi, Oya'nın evi. Okay, the question is, Pelin'in evi nerede? Okay, so I'm giving the answer. Pelin'in evi, Oya'nın evinin karşısında. Okay, let's take a look at this picture. We have school, okul, and we have some children, çocuklar. So the questions are, çocuklar nerede? And okul nerede? So you try again first. You can pause here if you want to, and I'm going to give the answers in a second. Are you ready? Çocuklar nerede? Çocuklar okulun önünde. Okul nerede? Okul çocukların arkasında. One more. So we have this woman and she's wearing kırmızı bir elbise. If you remember, we studied this. So it should be easy. And the questions are, onun üstünde ne var? Ne giyiyor? So the answer is, onun üstünde kırmızı bir elbise var. Okay. Then another picture. Look at this bag, çanta. And there are things in it. So the question is, çantanın içinde ne var? So the answer is, çantanın içinde meyve, sebze, ekmek ve süt var. So meyve is fruit, sebze is vegetables, ekmek bread, and süt is milk. So before I finish this episode, I just want to point out a few things. One of them is subject pronoun suffixes. Let's take a look at these examples. Postane bankanın yanında, çocuklar okulun önünde. As you see, there is no subject pronoun suffixes here because postane is o, it. And çocuklar is onlar, they. If you remember, o or onlar doesn't take any subject pronoun suffixes. However, if we say the same sentences by changing the subject to ben or biz, look at the difference. Ben bankanın yanındayım. Or biz okulun önündeyiz. As you see, we add subject pronoun suffixes accordingly. So let's remember what they were. So for ben is im, for sen is sin. O doesn't take any subject pronoun suffix. Biz is, and then siz iniz, and onlar, it doesn't take subject pronoun suffix, but some people prefer to use ler or lar. So both possible. So let's practice this. So let's take a look at this sentence. O bankanın arkasında. So can you say the same sentence by changing the subject to ben, sen, biz, siz? So you can pause here if you want to, and I'm going to give you the answers in a second. I'm giving the answers. Ben. Ben bankanın arkasındayım. Sen. Sen bankanın arkasındasın. Biz. Biz bankanın arkasındayız. Siz bankanın arkasındasınız. And one more thing, the base forms of prepositions or postpositions can take other noun case suffixes too. The rule is the same. We add noun case first and then the other noun case suffixes. So I'm putting all the information on here for your reference. So that's all for now. Thank you very much. And you're doing great. Please don't quit. And I will see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.